Midnight. Okay, we're here. Oh my God, I almost don't know what to say because I'm so excited to be here with you, darling.
Even I'm excited.
We don't know where to start. Oh gosh, wow. Well, I do have a message from the angels, so I guess we could start with that. They had a very clear message that they wanted me to share today, and that is that they would like all of the women to visualize their womb and to visualize the word innocence and to feel your womb purified, and from now on for you to see your womb and all of your sexual organs as pure and innocent. And that was really important. They were very, very clear about that. And another way that you can help intensify it is to visualize a rainbow colored rose in the middle of your womb and then picture the innocence and the purity. I have actually had this message before, but it hasn't come back for a few months. So it's obviously relevant now, or maybe it's to catch some of the ladies that didn't do the work, or whether it's maybe a lady that did the work and then, you know, maybe had, sex with somebody that maybe they shouldn't and then they need to do it again. I don't know, something like that.
That's a great message, actually.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, healing the womb is really very necessary, right? Because we do not want to transfer, you know, the past energy to our divine counterpart.
Yes, yes, yes. I think it's really important, you know, especially with, you know, the Ra, La, and Ta, and the Ta being the sexual God creation energy. We are to purify that. We really are. So I think purifying it within ourselves and within our sexual organs first is a great start. You know, it's a great place to start. I almost feel like there's just so much we could talk about. Pooja is just full of knowledge. She is so wise, but she's also so gentle and so humble that it's almost like I just want to give the mic to you and be like, Pooja, can you teach us? What would you like to, would you like to give a synopsis of the article that you sent out to the other Indian ladies that you sent to me? And Shannon read it too. She was very impressed. Maybe you'd like to give us a synopsis of that.
Okay. So what I currently feel is that, you know, there are a lot of negative forces that are trying to bring us all down. So especially the people or the women who are vibing high, like with very high vibration, are their targets. So it's important to, you know that what to tell. I'm just a little nervous right now. Okay. So it's more of like, let me just give me a moment.
I know, it's a lot for you, isn't it?
Too much is coming. So I just need to, you know, calm myself down and then.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You even close your eyes if you want to for a moment, and I will just talk for a second about some other things. Because this was actually a channeling that she received, and so I'm asking her to pull up her channeling, which obviously makes, and she's so excited. Me and Pooja absolutely adore each other, so it's like we speak almost every day through some whether it's WhatsApp or Instagram or something, and yeah, so this is a lot for her. So everyone just send her all the energy in the world. The other thing is that the message she's delivering is extraordinarily powerful. So there's actually the thing that she's speaking of is giving her resistance to make it harder for her to be able to speak it. Does that make sense, everybody? So luckily, you know, this is what I deal with all day, every day, and I just kind of laugh at it. But the first time you try and do it, it can be hard. And you guys saw what happened with Courtney. With Courtney, you actually literally saw me sort of getting strangled on Instagram, you know, and I was just kind of going, it was crazy. So, you know, these things do happen.
Okay. Okay, so it's more of like the high vibrating feminines are being the target. So you just have to identify and stay strong, in fact, and know that what's your guidance and what is from the outside source. That's really very important, I feel. So it's more of like you wouldn't understand whether it's your ego or whether it's from the negative source or it's really your guide's message. So it's more of like, you shouldn't take any action immediately. I would suggest to ground yourself and purify the energy and then take any action. Ask the heart, your heart knows all the answers. So, and then take any action. It's more of like the high vibing, since high vibing people are targeted. They out of ego, they think it's, they know everything, and then take action, and then just gonna pull them down. That's it. So
Yeah.
it's like, and also people who are in between, like they're not here, they're not there. So I feel those people are more vulnerable to, getting pulled by the negative stuff. So it's very important for them to choose the the high vibing stuff.
Absolutely. It's like choose a side and stick with it, guys, regardless of how much energy is trying to get you on the other side. Because some important key figures in the spiritual community, as one of my clients put it, are going the wrong direction. There's a few key people going in the wrong direction right now. So be aware of what is the right direction so that you can stay there. And there was something that I just got, that's right. The words I'm getting, and they actually want you to write this down, guys. So anyone who has a pen and paper, and it is, you personally don't have to because you can watch the replay, but everybody that's watching, if they can write down these two words, guided or controlled. And the reason why is that the way that the high vibe women, how we've normally received our messages, it was guidance. But what's happening is the darkness is disguising itself as guidance, but it's actually control. And that's why her advice was so perfect, in that don't respond immediately. Don't respond. Take a moment to find the lineage of the thought, because they are trying a different tact right now. Guided or controlled. So it's like, is this thought guiding you or controlling you? And that's why you need to take the time to think about that before taking action. Because if you're actually being controlled by the whisper, then you are directly doing something that's going to hurt yourself and others. And it is what it is. And it could have been something that's never happened to you in your whole life. Because again, in my whole life, I never really had the whispers, but I did get them over Christmas. And I got them the other day talking about the girlfriend that they wanted me to go back to being friends with. And it was so weird, And I actually remember before Christmas having the whispers one day, and they kept telling me to drink alcohol. It was really funny. And, at first they did it at like, it was doing it in the afternoon. And I remember I had no more clients that day, and it was saying, hey, you could do anything you want, you live on your own, you're a grown up, there's alcohol in the house, you don't have to speak to any clients today. Why not have a drink? Why not have a drink? And I remember thinking, this is weird. And my personal assistant at the time is extremely godly. And I said to her, I can literally hear the demons telling me to drink today. I said, it's so weird. And again, by me speaking on it, and the key of a lot of things is to speak on it, because then you shed light on it. Now it's no longer in the dark. It's not happening in the recesses of your mind. It's out there. You've put it out on display. So now that I've told her that I'm being told to drink, now I'm with her for the whole day, so she's going to see if I drink, and she can see whether I do what I was being controlled to do, but I didn't end up doing it. Now that was before my fast. So at 9 p.m. that night, we went for some Chinese food, and I had a margarita with my food, and I enjoyed it. But guess what? I wasn't drinking at 1 o'clock when they were telling me to in the afternoon, and I only had one margarita, But these days I'm on a fast, so no alcohol for 90 days. As of Christmas Eve. So in March, I'll be re-exploring that. So how are you feeling, Pooja? Your energy feeling good?
Yeah. I had a couple of messages that my guides made me write.
Excellent. We're eager to hear, my darling.
So it's more of like, the current energies. So we are clearing a lot of stuff, especially the base chakras, the base 3 chakras. The first, second, and third chakras, there's a lot of stuff. So many can be experiencing a lot of pain in their body and all of that. That's basically the clearing. And it's because we're moving from carbon-based to crystalline-based body. So that's why all this is happening. So the update in our body, oh yeah. So a lot of purge is happening. All the unwanted stuff is really going out. Uh, Basically, all these fears, illusions, all, especially in the dream state. I've been having crazy dreams. Like, it's mostly about healing. So whatever I'm healing, I'm getting dreams on that. So in my past, even the petty things that bothered me is being healed. So we can free ourselves from any earthly stuff, any karmic stuff that's holding us back. So that's why the negative forces is trying to attack us. So they can get tied, so we can get tied up with their all these karmic stuff. And basically we all know that new earth is coming. So if all this clearing is basically helping for the new earth to be what to tell
Born. It's going to be born.
born.
Yeah, we're birthing it. We're birthing it now, guys.
So if we if the negative entity control us by holding on to karmic stuff and all that, so there's going to be a delay, so they can win and we can lose, but that's not happening.
Yes.
It's not control to them.
Oh, I've just been shown something. Imagine a marathon race, and imagine you can actually see the finishing line. They've thrown a load of sharp metal things on the floor to try and make it hard for the people that are at the front winning, and that's us. The difference is that we're so nimble. We're so nimble. That's the word I'm getting, that we can see these metal things and we're literally skipping and jumping over them. Like we're actually like laughing about it. And that's what's happening. The difference is there are people slowing down, and there are people stopping, and there are people that are a bit, they're
Jumping out of the boat.
Say that again.
Jumping out of the boat?
Yeah, jumping off the boat. Jumping off the boat. Exactly. There are people jumping off the boat, and it's sad. And I was told about the boats months back. Gosh, almost before the community was, it was before the community was born in terms of this particular community that we run. And I was told about it, and I asked my clients to help me name it. And there was, oh gosh, I'm getting a brain block of the names. The redeemed is the ones that are those that are moving into the highest energy. And oh gosh, do you remember the name of the other boat? The redeemed and the acquirer. And the acquirer boat is where people are acquiring demons, feeding their ego, acquiring additional sludge on their aura, whereas the redeemed are cleaning it off and vibing higher. And I was always told that soon the boats were going to separate, but at that time they were end to end. And so it was possible for the ones on the redeemed to try and jump back, but we were going to hold on to their ankles tight and not let them go with love. But then on this boat, if these ones wanted to jump from the acquirer and join the redeemed, that they would jump, and they, obviously the people don't care about each other in that boat, so they're going to let them jump, and obviously they're jumping to somewhere good. Saying that, I feel like the energy has shifted, so that actually those that are trying to leave the acquirer boat now, the people there are trying to hold on to their ankles. And then I feel that on the actual redeemed boat, we're now having to let people jump if they want to, because we literally have to say, I'm not going with you. If you want to go, you can go. I'm staying here. It's good here. Stay here. But if they won't listen, we can't force them anymore. So that's the difference. I feel like before we were holding on to their ankles and succeeding from stopping them from dropping and moving to the acquirer boat, whereas now the acquirer boat's trying to hold on to its own, and the redeemed boat are allowing people to jump because we have to take care of ourselves first and foremost, and take care of all of those that we have sworn to protect and help.
Yeah, that's very important. Self-care especially is really important.
Absolutely.
That's been happening lately.
Could you repeat that? I think you had some interference.
Oh, I told there's a lot of negative attacks that's been happening, especially in the group. So when we post something, I think there are a couple of people who are trying to, pull the vibration down. So Chandini is one of the core members. She brought it up to us. So that's when Chandini and Rita, actually, those two brought this thing my attention. So it's just like, they're just pulling the vibe down, and that's like the whole collective was going down. So we decided to remove them from the group, and then we're continuing it. So there are there are a few more people, but there are them.
Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna grab a tissue.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a lot of changes, but my angels say all of the changes are for the best.
Yeah.
And those that have decided to regress and jump off the boat, it's part of their journey, and it is what it is, and we're not to focus on it, and we are to focus on our forward progression. Now, I have a question here that I really want to answer in detail, because I feel I'm being told that she's not the only person that wants to ask this. So the question is, sorry if stupid question, but how do you know if you are ascending or if you are attacked by negative energy? So I think that I need to divide this down into beginners, intermediates, and advanced. Now, we are all of us, capital letters ALL, all advanced masters. We are all ascended masters. We are all that, but we're in a different, my angels just laughed. They said, yeah, we're all that. But yeah, we're all in different states of remembrance. So no one is more better or more special or more anything than anyone else. We're just at different states of remembrance. And some people are remembering so fast right now. I'm so impressed. It took me 15 years to remember everything. Some people are doing it in 2-3 months. So, anyway. So with the people that are currently in the advanced state of remembrance, they are being attacked because of the fact that they've done a lot of work. They would know they're ascending. They can see that they're ascending. They were so close to the finish line. They are so close to the finish line. Like me earlier, I'm in the bath listening to Ben, the angelic music, literally sitting there being guided to literally be like this. I'm praying in the bath. I'm dipping under frankincense oil. It's like I'm becoming light. And that's the name of his album, Becoming Light. And I'm aware of it. I am becoming light. And so that's your advanced, advanced ladies that have done the work. We can really feel it, but that's why we're able to really be able to notice the darkness too, because it's so alien to us. And so we're able to really pinpoint it and be like, hold on, something's whispering something not good. Somebody's acting in a way that's not good. We're able to really see it. Now, an intermediate's going to have a little bit more trouble because they are doing the work. They know they've done the work. They know they have been working on themselves, maybe for a few years, or if they're younger, maybe a few months. And my angels just said that's not correct, because there's an older lady that's been doing it only a few months and she's doing really great. So just generally intermediates that have not quite finished the work, but they've been trying. They've been consciously trying. They're not actually being targeted as much. They're not being as targeted as much. So for them, it may be internal, where basically they're trying to battle their ego and it's their ego fighting back. So it's more internal darkness, internal shadow. Whereas with the advanced, it's external. Because the truly advanced women, there really isn't much darkness in here for them to mess with. So they have to send it externally. Whereas the intermediates, it's more of an internal battle that they can win, especially if they listen and learn from the advanced women. Then we have the beginners. Now, the beginners, they are realizing that ascending is even something that can happen, like it's even an option, and they're feeling their way. Now, if those women that are deciding to work on ascension and they're at the beginning, if they're people that contain a huge amount of power, like potential spiritual power, they may actually get targeted at this point because of the fact that it's like darkness doesn't want them to even start the journey. So it's possible that the beginners will get attacked within from their own shadow, and possibly some on the outside, because it's so funny. I can read Pooja's mind at the moment just by reading her eyes. She's just like, yup, yup, yup. And yeah, so the beginners are potentially being hit from both sides to stop them from joining the journey. The thing is the higher self in those beginners is so excited about the prospect and the new learning and the new communities and everything. They're not going to get stopped. They're not going to get stopped. The beginners aren't going to stop because it's just too damn exciting and it feels too good. And it's just, you just want to dive in and find out everything and know everything. And so the intermediates are being given a break at the moment because the intermediates had the roughest time, sort of September through to December. As everyone knows, they're my favorite clients, intermediates. Intermediates are wonderful. So any intermediates out there that want help with their healing, do reach out to me. I love intermediates because I can really change their lives. You know, a lot of the advanced do think they know everything, and they, I just have to, they'll come when they're ready. And the beginners, you know, just start making steps, set aside time. So I don't know, do you feel like I answered that question well, Pooja?
Yes, totally. I agree. I agree with all the points you told.
It's really funny, guys. Like, you just can't imagine the spiritual connection between me and Pooja. I think you guys can feel it, actually. It's like we're literally like half telepathic going on over here. Like, you know, like literally, like I was hearing her in my head when I was speaking then. Like, it was like literally, she was just like on point. Yup, that's it. That's the one. Yeah. Oh, and that. Yes. I'm like hearing her inside my head. This is fun. Oh, good. I'm glad you understand more now. And then another lady said she switched my diet from vegetarian to eating only raw veggies. I mean, whatever works for you. We've been talking about diet a lot the last few weeks. It's been a huge subject. I'm currently on a fast, no alcohol, no nicotine, low meat. And I am moving over to vegetarian as we move into February, and then actually for February for a few weeks I will go full vegan, and then I'm going to introduce dairy back in, and then at the end of that 90 days I'm going to do a review and decide what I want to do next. The key thing we found is to not choose an identity. Be what you are, not an identity. So the identity I'm going to give myself is predominantly plant-based, which means I can do whatever I like and no one can tell me anything. And I'm not claiming to be part of any group or do anything. I'm just going to be predominantly plant-based, which means I'm going to buy a lot of vegetables, and I'm going to have tofu in the house. And I'm, you know, that's what it means. And I'm going to consciously not be buying a lot of meat or eating meat out, but I'm not restricted and I can do what I want when I want. And I think, so the fact that you're being guided to lighten up your diet, that's in line with what's happening with me. Obviously, if you were already vegetarian, the next step could be raw veggies. And I met a yoga instructor yesterday that I definitely know from a past life in Atlantis. You guys will have seen him on my stories. And his name is Raw Life Yogi. So, you know, just follow your guidance, but just make sure it's guidance, not control.
Yeah, you need to trust your inner guidance. And even I'm no alcohol and no all those non-veg stuff from almost 1.5 years now.
Say that one more time, darling.
I'm on no alcohol and no non-vegetarian for almost 1.5 years now.
That you're still on it?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It could be, this could be for the rest of my life. I don't know. I'm being told what to do. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze again. It'll probably not happen now. But this is a first. I've never been sneezing and blowing my nose on lives before, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so it's just that, yeah, I'm being told to review once I get to the end of my 90 days and decide consciously what I want to add back in and what I don't. And I don't have to add anything back in if I don't want to. It's been really interesting. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it. And I have my mother visiting soon, and she's a red wine drinker, so that's going to be interesting. And then I have a friend staying that's vegetarian, so then that's going to be interesting because that's going to coincide with the beginnings of my plant-based thing. So yeah. It's something interesting. I was told to get my cards, which I've never do. Well, I don't think I've done it for a long time. So yeah, I was told to pick these up as well. So what I will do is I will just shuffle and see if anything pops out, because I was told to pick them up, and that's so rare that that happens. I have the blue truth cards. Yeah, they're really nice. So I'll just see if there's anything. Oh, something's already come out. This is quite interesting, because as you guys just saw, I wasn't trying to pull cards, I was shuffling and seeing what happens. So we've got don't settle. Don't settle. So obviously this is about the energy that's been asking a lot of people to go back to ex-partners, ex-friends, old careers, things that they'd let go of. The whispers are trying to tell us to go back to things that are not for our good. And they're trying to tell us to settle. And we know these things aren't good. And we know there's better. We know there's a better man. We know there's a better girlfriend. We know there's a better job. We know there's a better business. So we know this thing isn't right. But we're being convinced to settle. And we're being told don't settle. So that's the first thing.
I have something to add. So, you know, right? So I've been, thrown out from my organization. So I don't know, all of a sudden today, I wanted to ask my manager for another chance. Now that my voice is proper, I wanted, I'm just happy. I applied 3 times, but they never accepted my resignation. So
yeah, you tried to leave. You tried to leave and they wouldn't let you leave. Now you have left. And you're being told to try and go back.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not going back. It happened today. I was like, no, I'm not going back. I'm happy now that, I left the job. I'm happy that I did it. So.
Absolutely. And I've just been told that when we launch the Empress Evolution website, which is going to be to support Divine Feminines worldwide, obviously Pooja will be one of the top, tarot readers and channelers that will be on there and recommended to everybody. So that will increase your income as well. It's going to take us a minute because we have to build it out. But you are definitely up there with, you will be up there with the top ones that we recommend. So along with the girl from England that runs England, my angels really like her. They really like her. So yeah, so that's interesting. So I've got 4 cards. Next one, home changes. Now this is important for the intermediates particularly, and beginners. I feel like beginners being aware that the home represents where you can get to spiritually. So if you've got toxic people in the home, you're not going to be able to reach the levels you need to get to. And if that means you have to get a new job or move somewhere smaller or cheaper to just be able to have an environment that you can vibrate at a high level in, that's for the beginners. With the advanced normally now, the intermediates normally now have moved. Most of the intermediates and the advanced have moved to where they're meant to be as we move into the 5th dimension now. So basically the place that you've just moved to is where you're going to see the 5th dimension come in. And so that move has already taken place. Now you guys have to make it a sanctuary. You need to move fast. Everything in the world is delaying you from having this place to be a sanctuary. It needs to be clean. The boxes need to be tidied away. The candles need lighting. The resins need burning. The sage needs doing. The incense needs burning. You've already cleared out the toxic people. Now you've got to sort out the boxes, because there's a lot of boxes and there's a lot of disorganization. And if you've lived there for a long time, then you need to do a clear out. It's clear out. Get rid of the junk. If you don't love it or need it, get rid of it now, because it's weighing you down. Okay. So these are the direct home changes. Beginners are moving, an intermediate and advanced have just moved. It's time to sort the boxes out. Hurry up. You need your sanctuary, because as we move into the next part, as we go into the spring, you must be in a sanctuary, okay? And it's really important, okay? So that's the next one. Now, this, not going back to the ex, this is not referring to the DM. This is referring to the ex-boyfriends that are popping up, trying to bring us back to them, that we were with when our vibration was lower. And if we allow ourselves to go back to them, our vibration will lower. So do not go back to those that you already left and you were with another, you know, many moons ago when your vibration was at a different number than it is now. So do not go back to the ex. Okay, that's what that one is.
Ex-friends. Ex-friends.
And ex-friends. If you let them go, you knew what you were doing. Okay, and trust that new friends will come in. And my angels said something funny before I got on the line here. They just said it's okay if your friends are on the internet, and they're making the joke because you know how people say, oh, who are your friends? Oh, my friends are on the internet. And it was always like kind of sad, geeky people saying that. Well, guess what? You know, I used to be the most popular girl in London. I was literally like the Paris Hilton of London, you know, taking Ja Rule and Ashanti to nightclubs and hanging out with billionaires. I was literally the most popular woman in London. And now my friends are on the internet. So, you know, because my energy is now the most precious thing in the world to me. I do have girlfriends in real life, and thankfully, oh, yesterday I was with an angel. Did you see the baby in my story? She's the most beautiful thing in the whole world. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm just very selective, and I'm not around who people think I would be around, and I'm not making the same choices of friends. Everything's different now, you know. I'm literally just going full 5D, and in 5D I just love, and I'll only be around love, and if you're not love, I'm not doing it. That's basically how it is now, you know. So that was not going back to the ex. Now this is interesting, the stress and anxiety. Now what this is actually saying is this is what the whispers are trying to create in you. And if you're a beginner, this is what your ego is trying to create in you. So if you are feeling stress and anxiety, can you just stop for a minute and understand it's not yours? Can you understand that there's a part of your mind called the ego? And I train people on this. This is what I teach in my program. The coordinators go through my program. Anyone in the community is welcome to book a free call to discuss with my coaches what the program entails, and to get some free advice. All of you can book a free call. You just click the link in bio and choose a date. It's easy. So the point is the stress and anxiety is what the whispers are trying to create in the advanced women, the ones that are really high vibe. And like I said, the intermediates are having a bit of a break at the moment because the intermediates really, like so many intermediate women signed up with me and actually like evolved and healed the last few months, that I feel like they actually did it for the whole of the intermediate community. They just carried some weight off of you guys. So you guys are having a bit of breathing space, but the beginners, like I said, they're having a tough time because it's like they're trying to get on the roller coaster and everything's trying to stop them. And then the advanced ones have already been on the roller coaster a few times, but they think they know what they're doing, and now the roller coaster is going somewhere different and doing different shit. So it's, be aware, it's not the same roller coaster right now, advanced girls. And then the intermediates, like I said, having a bit of a break. They just need to unpack their boxes, clear out their space, and get ready to move into true advancement, because the intermediates are not going to go to advanced. They're going to skip and go straight to true advanced. So the intermediates are just being given a moment, because the next push up for the intermediates is going to be a massive one. So again, I love intermediates. If you're an intermediate, reach out. I love to hear from you. So yes, stress and anxiety. It's not yours. Everybody, it's not yours.
And anxiety can, you know, control and make you do anything.
Yes. They tried it last night, even with me. It's reached a point, like last night, it was like 10 o'clock. And I was tired because my dog had woken me up early, and I had had a really busy day. I mean, it was ridiculous. You guys saw the snaps. I just had this day that just didn't stop. It was like, bah, 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 you know? And then I had some emergency client calls like that were not expected, that were pretty intense. And eventually at like 10:30 at night, it was time I could actually sit down and be like, well, maybe I can watch the Shannara tales or something for 20 minutes, like, and breathe and be human for 20 minutes and get ready to go to bed. And as I did that, some thoughts started coming in, worrying about things. And I just was like, this isn't mine. Everything's going to be fine. And I know it. and can you just shut up, and I just need to go to sleep now? Because sometimes it is internal. Your ego will start speaking if you're tired, sick, or hungry. And the emergency client I had was tired and sick, and one of my coaches was tired and verging on sick, and I was tired. So we have to be aware. Again, it's back to the self-care. You know, if you're tired, sick, or hungry, you're going to feel like shit mentally. Don't expect to feel positive and good mentally if you're tired, sick, or hungry. Just take care of yourself till you sort it out and come out the other side, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
So how are we doing for time? It's 1:53. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. It's just such a cool... I hope everybody that's watching is literally just chilling. Like, you know, got their feet up on the sofa. Like they're watching a TV show. I get this energy that when me and Pooja are on, everyone's just like chilling. You know what I mean? There's none of that intense energy. And I feel like all the girls that have joined us, they're just staying until we shut up, until we get off. They're like, we're here for this. And it's funny because like yesterday with America, we had all these points drawn up that we were going to talk about. And Pooja even said to me, do I need to prepare something? I went, no, it's you, it's me. We don't need to, we just see what happens. And I love the idea of being able to see the difference, you know, because I want each of these lives to be completely different. So me in America, we just got so much content out yesterday. But then I feel that me and you are almost being like, you know, we're saying less, but what we're saying is important too. Do you know what I mean? So, and it means no one knows what to expect with my lives, you know? You just don't know. And you know how like my dog has been appearing in all my lives and been all up in the, you know, look, I don't even know where he is right now. Oh, look.
Oh.
But again, he's being a good boy. So the other days he was trying to be all up in the screen, and today he's like just not interested, you know? It is what it is. So I think those cards were really good. I think that was what we needed. Say that again, darling. When we talk over each other, it only lets one speak, so they can only hear one or other of us at a time.
Okay, so I told important messages came up.
Yeah, I'll see if there's any more while we're talking. So we have, let's see if there's any more questions. Let's see if we got anything else. What's this? Oh my God, spot on. Today I was very much pushed to check on my twin flame, who I don't want to unblock, sending him unconditional love, but don't want to connect with him. Okay. Personally, oh, he's chilling. Yeah, he's definitely chilling. Oh, Ben's on here. Oh, how wonderful. Hi, Ben. Yeah, I was talking about Ben, wasn't I? I was talking about his music earlier. So yeah, I was told that before today, again, because of who Pooja is spiritually, she doesn't even know exactly who she's a big deal. Okay, guys? It will become apparent in the next 10 years. Just know that. Anyway, so I was told that before my live with her that I had to take my frankincense bath and do all my, you know, spray my Indian temple spray and just get everything aligned, ready for being with Pooja. So that's lovely. And yes, I was listening to Ben when I was in the bath. I just love it. Oh my God, guys, it's amazing. So what else do we have happening? So again, this is not a normal one. Anyone who's planning to do a live with me and Pooja isn't a normal one because she is the coordinator of India, and they are probably spiritually the most advanced divine feminines, the Indian women. And my father's from India, so I share ancestors with them. So I have a real connection with them, but I also am so aware of the difference between me and them. And it's so different. We're so different, but the love is so real. And that's what I think you guys can feel. The love is so real, but me and Pooja are such different characters, but we adore each other, you know, and our wisdom and our knowledge is the same. It's weird. We just know, like she says things and I'm like, oh my God, that's perfect. Like, and then I say stuff and she's responding the same way, like, oh my God, that's perfect. It's really strange. It's great. So yeah, this isn't a normal live. This is a Saturday afternoon, just got out the bath, got wet hair, you know. Yeah, yeah. You know, this is just a girly chat. You guys are just sort of listening in on me and Pooja just having a chat about life and the world, you know. But that's cool. Oh, that was interesting. 2 cards fell out, and I actually hadn't seen that they'd fallen out. Oh, this is interesting. This is the 2 cards. Okay, so this is the reason these cards have come out. It says red flags and lonely. These have come out for a really good reason. And this is because they want me to tell the story before we leave about when I got these 2 cards. I got these 2 cards regarding the friend that wanted to come back into my life, the female friend. This is the 2 cards that came out. So that obviously means they want me to repeat the story, because what are the chances? I didn't even see that they'd come out. They were there on the floor together. And obviously you saw me shuffle already. So since I used them, you know, a week or 2 ago. So I will tell you guys that really quickly. I am from Bangalore. Pooja, where are you from? And my father was born in Bangalore.
I am from Bangalore.
My father was born in Bangalore, but he also lived in Madras. So that's what I was saying. We have ancestors. Our ancestors know each other, like, you know. So that's why, you know, you just couldn't get more different women, but then we're so connected. I can't explain it. It's amazing. Okay, so this is what happened, guys. I woke up in the morning. I need to just take a sip. I feel like I've got something in my throat. Hold on. They're starting that thing, making my throat funny. This story is important. That's why. Okay, guys, so pay attention, everyone. There's a reason I got the card, and they're trying to block my throat right now. Hold on. Send a bit of energy, Pooja.
Yeah, sending a lot of love.
Okay, guys. Don't know why they're really bothered about this, but it's obviously important. Okay, so I woke up one morning a few days ago, and it was really strange because all I could hear was these whispers, and the whispers didn't sound negative. All they were doing was, they sounded like salespeople. They were basically convincing me of all of the good reasons why I should make contact with this girl that I haven't spoken to in 2 years. They were saying things like, oh, you guys can walk your dogs together. Oh, you live near each other now. Oh, she'll love your apartment. Oh, and she'll love those clothes. And oh, and you guys can watch things on your screen projector together, and you can cook together in your lovely kitchen. And she knows about vegan food. I mean, it was ongoing. It lasted all day. I'm talking like 6, 7 hours. It would not stop. And so eventually I was like, okay, if this is my angels, they kind of don't sound like normal. So I'm going to check whether this is my angels. And so I was like, okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on ifate.com, which is I for Indigo, F for Freddy, A for Apple, T for Tommy, E for Elephant.com, ifate.com. And I'm going to click on the I Ching. Now, I do not recommend using any of the tarot or any of the other modalities on the iFate. Only use the I Ching. In my opinion. I don't want to get sued by them, but I'm just telling you that I Ching is okay. And then you go on to the I Ching and you always write please first. So you say, please tell me the outcome if I take this action. And so as I did that, as I wrote what will be the outcome if I make contact with this girl, it came up with a single hexagram, which is basically, if you get a single one, it means the answer is very definitive. You know, there's no futures and no changes, nothing. It's just, this is what is. And I got ruin, R-U-I-N, ruin, which is the worst of the hexagrams that you can get. So I'm like, I don't think this is my angels trying to tell me to be friends with her, but they were being really convincing. Like they even had told me what text message to write. That's how much because my angels tell me what text messages and what posts to write. My angels, these guys sounded like my angels. They were like imposter angels. It was weird. Anyway, and you guys know how much contact I have with my angels. So this was kind of strange. So then I was like, okay, so ruin on the I Ching, it's not looking good. It's not looking like this is good people telling me this advice. So then I grabbed these cards, the truth cards, and I shuffled them, and immediately these 2 cards came out, lonely and red flags. And so what that told me was red flags, as in don't do what this voice is telling you. And lonely was because this voice was trying to convince me that I was lonely, even though I wasn't. Yes, Christmas was quiet because my mum's coming out now. Yes, my good friend that I've been looking forward to spending some time with wasn't here at the time, but she's coming in a few days. And so they were trying to convince me that I was lonely, especially because I'm in quite a good position financially and everything. So, you know, if I want to go for lunch or go to the spa or go shopping, like they're like, you know, hey, you need someone to do this stuff with. And I'm like, what do I do? Anyway, so once I got the lonely and the red flags, that was it for me. I was like, they were not angels whispering all day. They were fallen angels. And I don't normally have that. That was quite rare. So I want you guys to be aware that they're using different techniques. That felt uncomfortable with how insistent that was. I don't know what that was, what he's saying. What's he saying? I have no idea. Sorry, if you want to repeat that so I know what you're talking about. I don't know what that was. Anyway, so yeah, they were really, really insistent, unless he's talking about the angels. I don't know. But yeah, I know that it was fallen angels. It wasn't my usual angels. My usual angels, I mean, I can see them. Like, they literally, I see their little faces. I see their facial expressions. And they're getting sillier and sillier in their physical with me, you know. When I was talking to Ben, I was saying yesterday, they went, they didn't even want to speak because they were so in awe of him, but they took a big, fast intake of breath. And the voices you heard to reconnect, those felt uncomfortable. Yes, you're absolutely right, Rowan, and they were fallen angels. But I don't have contact with fallen angels very often. I don't have contact with ego because I've put mine to sleep, which is what my program does. It puts the ego to sleep. So I don't hear from ego, and I don't hear from fallen angels at all. So it was really, really interesting that they were using this technique. And had I made contact with it, it would have created ruin in my life. And ruin, it just would have ruin, you know. And of course, I'm not lonely. And my gosh, I've got my friend visiting for a week on Saturday, and then I've got 2 days to myself, and then my mum coming for 2 weeks. So lonely is not what I would call my problem right now.
And we're all with you.
Say that again.
We're all with you.
Say that again.
We are all with you.
Yes, and this is it. I'm not lonely. They were just trying to convince me that I was. And they were using all sorts of clever things. But something wonderful that my angels did was, I love the botanical gardens here in Atlanta, and I met a new friend who works there, and now I can go there whenever I want. So it's just wonderful. And he's from Jerusalem, so it's just so interesting, you know, like life is interesting how everything turns out. So yeah. So again, guys, if you're someone who's going to do a live with me, please don't think that we're just going to chitter-chatter like this on a Saturday afternoon. This is just what me and Pooja are doing, because this is what we were supposed to do. Everyone was just meant to feel our energy as we looked at each other, basically. Just being here with us is healing. And I mean that for me, for her. It's healing for me, just looking at her. And just because the strength, the spiritual strength here is real, you know, the focus, the knowledge. It's like we haven't even scraped the surface of what me and Pooja know, and we're not supposed to today, but you're meant to, I guess you're just meant to feel it, like they're literally saying, imagine it's like a pot of paint. If you scratch the surface, you'd have some paint on your finger. We didn't even get any paint on our finger today. We just literally looked at the paint pot and described it. We didn't even go in there. And that's because, like I said, you know, we need to give guidance for those that are watching. And a lot of the girls watching are beginners, and there's some intermediates and a handful of advanced. And so the information I'm talking about that me and Pooja contain in this paint pot is for the advanced. And so we take our time with it. Everyone just needs to clear out their friendship list, clear out any toxic relationships, clear out their homes, clear out any toxic people, clear out any toxic belongings. Say that again.
Social media.
Clean out your social media. Yes. Yes. Make sure that what you look at when you scroll through makes you feel good. And don't give a shit if someone says, why did you unfollow me? If you don't have to answer to anyone. You're an adult. We don't have to explain ourselves. Did you know that? We don't have to explain ourselves to anyone. Ever. That's it. I love you, but I don't like the vibe of your stuff. If you need an explanation, just say that. I love you, but I don't like the vibe of your stuff. It doesn't fit with my current vibration. And then they'll be like, oh, you're weird. You're on that woo-woo shit. Be like, yep. Bye. Is it normal for your ego to keep reminding you of toxic friends? Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. The key thing, my darling, with that is, yes, remove the toxic friends and start working on removing the ego. And if you don't know how, like I said, book a free call and speak with one of my coaches. That's what we do all day long. We put egos to sleep. Y'all are amazing and empowering women. Love you all. Love you too. Love everybody on here. And I think what's so amazing, and again, this is what you guys can feel, is me and Pooja literally love everybody on the planet. Like, we love everyone.
Yes.
This
yes,
is what,
yes.
yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said how much of a big deal it is to have me and Pooja here together. It's like, we just love everyone. No, we love everyone. How do you deal with toxic family? Rowan, I would actually suggest, even though you're a man, is to book on the book a free call, because, or I'm about to rejig the YouTube. There's a YouTube that's connected to the community, and there is a YouTube on there where I actually explain in detail how I train my clients to deal with toxic family members. It takes a lot of explanation. There's actually a full thing. So I suggest, Rowan, you go on the community page, look up the community YouTube channel. There's posts about it, and watch some of the videos on there. And there's one. Do you know offhand which one it is, Pooja? I don't. But there's only like maybe a handful on there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, I think Rowan is from India, so I know him.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So just go on the YouTube, and go on the YouTube and watch it. There's one that I go in great detail about what to do. I literally teach you like you're one of my clients, what I teach my clients. I did it in one of the lives. So just go through. I mean, there's no harm in watching all of them on there anyway. They're full of amazing knowledge. So do that, and do it now before I switch the YouTubes, because I'm about to combine some and create something. And at that point, there'll be loads on there and it'll be hard to find. But right now, it won't be hard to find on there. So I think,
especially for an Indian, it's very difficult. Like,
oh God, yeah.
So, you know, it's very difficult. We cannot even with our parents.
Yeah, yeah. And if you know Pooja, then you have a great person to help too. So we better jump off before they pull us off, because we're literally at an hour. We're there. We're at an hour now, guys. So we love you. We adore you. And don't put up with any bullshit, guys, okay? Be strong. Love yourselves first. And do not allow anybody else to be more important than you. You are love, and you must love yourself. Thank you, Pooja. This is the first of many. We're going to do this all the time. Love you. Oh, love you, Nessa. Nessa's South America. Danita, America, Jessie. Should I just keep saying names until it cuts us off? Yay. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to be like saying names of everybody. Nubia. Hello, 111. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's May 17. This is Dale. She is my absolute love. So yes, everybody, like, you guys can feel this energy right now. This shit real. Okay, guys, I'm gonna click off so I can pop this onto the live and replay it. Love you lots. Mwah. Take care, guys. Love you. Love you, Pooja.
Love you too.